Hira from Monte Vista Elementary School.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. I'm Carla Piedrahita and I work at Monte Vista. I'm happy to be here and to be able to share with you what I have been doing with my class. When I started in remote learning, it was a little overwhelming. So I started from scratch. I have been using Skies in the classroom for a little bit, but just for math. So I hope what I'm going to be sharing with you will help you if you're just starting of how to create how to set it up. Okay. I gear more towards lower grades. I teach third grade. So what I'm going to be showing you would be probably most helpful for lower grades, but you could also use it for any grade. Okay, so I made a lesson for that I'm going to share with you that you could also get the code. Okay, I'm not going to be using this when I'm teaching. I'm going to use it from here to use my lessons. I'll be sharing. What I do is I created a template because I do not do my lessons by subject because I found that my students had a harder time doing the assignments if they were doing it by subject. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm just going to share what my daily lesson looks like. I'm sorry, it's taking. Okay, so I do it by day. Okay, and every day I put all my lessons on for them to do, and the lessons that I'm teaching at the same time. That's synchronous. Okay, so I will show you. This is what I found easier to do because I do it by week. Okay, so if you see down here, I have week 1, week 2. I learned yesterday how to copy it so that you don't have to do this every single week. So it's just little tricks to make it easier for you. So I have week 1, and then I copied week 1 by going to the organized lessons. And I'm sure that Julius will have tutorials on that too. So then I copy my weeks with my template so that I just have to add in my lessons to my template every week. So everything is preset for me. Okay, Tuesday is the same template, Wednesday is the same template, and week by week is the same template. Okay, so it makes it easier for me to not have to do this every single week to put it in. Okay, so my template looks like this. Every day I have a box that asks for questions and comments. Here, any problems that they have, they will be telling me what problems they have, any questions they have. Every day I have an agenda for them of what the class will look like. I add objectives too. Okay, the recess where I put like something fun for them to do. We work on Gigi, so I have a link for them to do Gigi every day, ReadWorks. Then I go into my math, so I would be adding my math lessons here. My epic reading, okay, I excel, typing, and all done. So this is just a basic format that I use to be able to add my lessons afterward. Okay. I also have, so let me go to my lesson. This is my lesson. I started always with a little blurb of saying good morning to them and what they're going to be doing for the day. Okay. I just tell them what they have not done the day before and what they need to work on. Okay. Here's the questions and answers. I make this a collaborate so all the students can talk and share with each other at the same time if they want to share. Okay. The agenda, okay, I do them by cards. Card 1 is my attendance. So I will show you what I do every day for attendance. Card 2 is usually my language arts, spelling benchmark. Card 6 is the recess where we do either some PE or some physical activity like go noodle. Okay, I use UNICEF Kid Power. So I have links to all those too. This is Gigi that they do on their own, then my math lesson. So this is my agenda, and they see this, and I go over it with them every day before we go actually into the class. This is my attendance for me to know who has logged in and who has not logged into Skies, okay? I make it with, if I go right here, I could make a quiz card. I do a multiple choice, and I make my attendance card right here. And I write the question, what is your favorite fruit? And then I just look for images of fruit, and then I save the card, and it looks like this. So I wrote attendance question, which of these holidays do you like the best? Okay, so then they answer it, and then I'm able to see who has actually logged into Skies, and they love to do this. So I have it as the first thing on Skies when they're working alone, asynchronous. I've also, for you, I'm going to go back. If you want to borrow my ideas, I have a bunch of attendance cards. I don't know what happened. I've made a bunch of attendance cards that I put here too. Okay, that if I'm more than happy to share with you, because another teacher shared them with me, so we worked on them together. All these are attendance cards I've created that you can borrow, okay, if you like to do it, if you don't have to. I also did one with music because we were learning about jazz and blues, so I made one with sound too. So what was their favorite music that they had learned? So it's fun, and it's the kids like it, and they always do that card. To go on with my lesson, that's my attendance card every day. Then I have, I do my language arts lesson. I usually put a little YouTube video that I put on for them. For example, this one was letter writing. I mean, but it's any of the lessons that you do. It's just all the modalities that you have to use with them. You could use videos. You could videotape yourself. Then they answer either by writing. I give them the choice sometimes to write, to take a picture, and for the spelling, I usually make them record themselves so I could actually hear them reading it. Okay. I also use Loom. You could use Screencastify. But I use
Michael,
Loom to teach
they're talking
them.
about Loom.
So I use Loom to teach them a lot of what they need to do. Like here, how to enter ReadWorks. I add it to my card. All I have to do is add the link, okay? And they're able to see, I'm just gonna share a little piece here with you. They're able to see how to go to other sites if I want them to do it, okay? And it's just a video of me, just my voice, because I don't like to show myself.
Good morning. If you forgot how to log into ReadWorks, when you click on the arrow, you come here, you go to student login, you click on student login.
Okay, so that's just to show them how to do it. Like anything that I want to, I could just add the link right there, and they're able to just click there, and it takes them directly to my video. Okay, so I use that a lot. This is what I use for PE. I use UNICEF, but again, all I have to do is, I go here, I go into enter text, and I just copy my link. For me, it's Control V, and it takes them again directly to the link, and they're able to do their exercise. And sometimes, you see here, they say, I like this video. Sometimes they record themselves. They have the option. So I put the camera if they want to record themselves doing the exercise, okay? Let me go to my lessons. I just want to show, I can't see I guess I have to go all the way to the end. Okay. I have some fun ideas here that I'm also sharing with you. Okay, I know that all of you have great ideas, but these are already, I've made them, pre-made them, so you could just borrow the cards. Okay, everybody does show and tell. I do show and tell every week, okay? So these are all different show and tell ideas. These are different art lessons that I've done with them. And my students like to record themselves in showing me the art lesson. I also do, every month we celebrate birthdays. So I put a card with a birthday song, and then all my students, they collaborate and they write cards to each other. Happy birthday, Katie. And so it's like a card that instead of having it, I usually made a card for them in school and everyone signed it. Here it's a card and everybody adds a picture and writes to them. Okay. I also do scavenger hunts. So these are all just ideas that you can share, that I'm sharing with you, that I do with them. I do Google Classroom too. I do Google Slides. So here is a Google slide. I added the link, and it takes them directly to Google Slides, and they made a weather slide. So everything you can connect from Skies and go to any other platform, which is fabulous. Okay. They shared baby pictures. It's all different ideas that I have here that you can use with your students. I also do this. I found this when I was doing Future Ready. There's this Kids Think Design. It's a free website that I also do, that they learn a lot about different artists and different things, and I add it as a link, and they create things. Okay. So again, these are all ideas that I'm just sharing with you here. Okay. Let me go back. Okay, that's my attendance. A lot of people were asking for motivation and how to keep them going. I kept 90% of my class attending all the way until the end of May. And what helped me was that I had the parents, and it's work, I had the parents involved. Every Monday, I added my grades, okay? And I made a video of myself in English, talking to the parents of what the students were expected to do. And I made a video of me in Spanish, telling them, again, what I expected of all my class. And I gave them a participation grade, okay, for each week, okay? I had their names, and this was a little hard, but after I made my first template and I made it on Google Docs, after I made my first template, all I had to do was just put in the grades. And I used the participation cards that Julius and James sent me to be able to see how many times they were actually working and participating. And when the kids did not participate, I would put them in yellow, and the parents would comment saying, why do they have that? And I'm like, well, your child is not working. So they would get on top of it. And I had a really good participation, and most of my students did all the work. And this little piece right here helped me a lot. Okay. My subjects, I also put, I teach all the subjects. Okay. I do my spelling. I record the spelling words for them.
Words for week 2.
Okay, and the sounds. Then they record themselves. Okay, we do the reading. On Zoom, I tend to do in the whiteboard, we do the circle maps, and then I take a picture of it, a screen picture, and then I add it to my lesson in the Sky cards, and it helps them a lot. We've done multiple paragraphs. Of course, we started with just conjunctions and simple sentences, but we went on to doing full 4-paragraph essays all together. These are some of the lessons that I do. This is my blues. We use Brain Pop that we also have access to. So I would give them a different type of genre of music every week, and they would listen to it. Okay. These are all my different looms that I do. Another thing that I do with them is we would do a chapter book every day. I recorded myself reading a chapter to them, and then they had questions following it. And so this is Horrible Henry, read aloud, and it was chapter 1, page 1 through page 9. So they hear me reading the chapter and going through the pages. They see me. And again, this is Loom, and you could do it through Screencastify, like I said, because they're both free for us. So here is, I am reading the chapter to them, and then they answer the questions.
Okay, this is what you guys are going to be.
Okay, I got the wrong video, and I was supposed to change it. So That helps me too, because it kind of gives them they don't have to read it on their own, but they hear me and they're looking at the pages with me. Okay. I use Animal Cycles for Science that is already in, that Skies has in their, where is it? I can't see it up here, but I know that I take it from Skies, and I'm able to, I just download it and I use the lessons that I need for that. Okay. And I just like copy them and paste whatever lesson I'm going to be doing. Let me go back. I want to show you some of my personal class that I've done, my homeschool. Okay. And let me see, I'll go to week 4. Okay, so I start like this with the video. I highlighted the ones that have not been working, okay? And let me show you my Monday. And like I said, it really helps me, just having a set template for me and for the kids. It's easier for them to understand. And as soon as they get into the routine for them, it's a lot easier. Again, I start with my morning, their questions, the agenda, the attendance, the paragraph, okay? I usually make it collaborate so that everybody can see what everyone is writing, okay? And then they could comment on each other. So that's the way I like to, and things, they tell each other what they might be missing or what they're not. Here are my students recording themselves doing the spelling words.
Spelling words: fierce, effect, covered, Connecticut.
Okay. This is, I do the benchmark, the ReadWorks, the UNICEF. I wanted also to share the math. I usually do a fluency with them in math. I do a YouTube video. And what I like that Skies has too now is that I give them a math, I teach the lesson, and I teach it using what the Skies has. That you see this little arrow right here? I could actually record myself teaching the lesson. So I'll show you right this one. And this is what my students see. There we go.
Okay, so now we are going to do your own estimating on mass, and we're going to practice it here. We are going to circle the better unit to measure each mass. Remember that a gram is equal to about 1 paper clip.
Okay, so this is great that and Skies added this. So you see this little arrow, here's where I record, and then what I do is I preview the lesson for them, or sometimes I give them the lesson and then I give them the answers right underneath so that they could check their own work. I don't check every single math lesson, it's just way too much. So I let them check it, but I do check all their math tests and I pass that on to the Schoology grading, okay? But I do make sure that they're checking their work and we go over it on the next day. But I love that little feature that Skies has now when you do the math, okay? So I give them the response and then I teach the lesson through that too. Let me see what else I could add. So here are this is my Horrid Henry, the questions, and then they answer them. And like another teacher said, I usually give them question starters so that they know that they have to answer 3 questions. We've also practiced typing. They love this. It's just a free site that they could, because now they're going to be typing a lot. So I want them to start getting used to it. And it's a bunch of games just to find the letters. And at the end, I just ask them how many cards they were able to finish. So I hope I went over everything that I wanted to. There's so much to share and so many things. But again, if there's one thing that for me was the easiest, most important to do is what's going to help me is doing the template. Okay, just starting off with that template and then just adding to it every week, because this is how then I went week 1, week 2, and I would add the dates to it too. so that they knew that this is week 1 from June 1st to June 10th. So that it was, you want to make it anything that's so that it's easier for them to access and for them to understand. That's how I felt it with my 3rd graders. Again, I'm going to be sharing this code. If you want to borrow any of my ideas, feel free. I hope I was a little bit of help, and I think that's all I have to share.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Piedrahita. Yeah, you've used Skies in so many diverse ways and gotten such high class participation all throughout spring. So this is remarkable. I think some people are asking for the teacher share code. I don't think there is a way to share an entire course, like a teacher share code for the entire course in Skies. Is this is the course you're actually going to be using with your students? Is that correct?
No, it's not. I made it so that they could borrow from anything that they want from here.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna take from there too and copy and take it to mine.
Oh.
But I took all my attendance cards, all my ideas that I had done, just so that it would be in one place for them to use, if they wanted to use it.
Perfect. This is great. So I just went ahead and posted the master code for the entire course then. So everyone could go in, but everyone doing it, please copy things from the course. Don't deposit things inside the course, because it'll just be a resource for everyone to share. Thank you. And so we'll go ahead and turn the floor over for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand. I think we have 20 minutes for questions until lunch starts.
So Alejandra, I'm gonna unmute you.
Okay, yeah, this was from previously. I forgot to mute myself. But actually, I can have a question for her, is that how do you do the template? Because I thought that's what took me so long in the spring, is doing it every week.
Julius, can I show them right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Julia? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way that I do my template is, again, it's the only thing that you have to create is your first week. Okay. So I go here and I make a new lesson. Okay. And I'm going to call it week 3, because I already did the other ones. Okay. Nothing here. I usually take it off view from the students so that they can't see it, but I want you guys to see it. Then I save. Okay. So this makes my week here, but you're not going to have to do that. You only have to do week 1. What I do then is I do the sub lessons. Okay. So I make so the first time you do have to do it. One thing that Skies does, the algorithm takes everything in alphabetical order. So if you want Monday to be first, you have to put the number 1 there. So I put 1 and then I put Monday. Okay. And then I just save it. Okay. Then I go back to my week 3, because if you don't go back, it's going to go under your Monday. And I create Tuesday. But again, you need to remember to put 2 and Tuesday. And I save it. I go back to my week 3 and I put sublesson Wednesday, 3 and Wednesday. I'm not going to go through all the days. I'm just going to go up to here. And I save it. Okay. When you're done saving this, okay, when you're done with your week 1, that's all you need. What I do is I have my template. I go to my template of my whole structure, and I'm going to copy all my cards. So I select all cards and I copy them. Okay. And I'm going to bring them here to my week and I'm going to paste them. I go to Tuesday and I paste it. So this is just going to save you so much time later that you don't have to do any of this afterward. All you got to do is create your 1 week. So I'm going to do Thursday, Friday also. When I have all that pasted, I'm going to go down here to organize lesson. I'm going to click there. I'm going to select, I'm going to select my week 3, all the ones that I want to copy, week 3, Monday. I'm going to select those, copy those 4 lessons, and I'm going to, what I was doing wrong last time, I was pasting them down here. You paste right up here on the right-hand corner, and you click done. And then your week will appear. So I do this for all my weeks. I edit it, and now I'm going to put week 4. And then I have all my weeks here, and it's just a template that I've done, and I don't have to go through that whole process of doing it every single week. And it just simplifies your life. You have the structure, and you just edit it whenever you go into it. I hope, I know that's a lot. I'm sure that, Julius will have like a little video on that too later. But that's how I created it.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like you had to do your template first. Like you did
Yes.
where you had all your lessons, right?
Yes, and I have my template on the top so that I could always copy it and use it in mine.
Okay, I noticed that. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So Daniel, Cindy Daniel is next.
Oh yes, yes. I had a couple questions. I've had questions all along. So I'm brand new to it. We're just adopting Sky at our school. And as a result, I have a one-to-one scheduled, but I want to see if they can do more than one-to-one. That's just a separate one, mostly for you who would be in charge of the whole program, I guess.
Yeah, so I think for new schools, we have a system where we give everyone a one-on-one, and then we follow it up with these, we used to just call them lunches, where we'd literally come and bring lunch to everyone. And anyone who was interested would get a sandwich, and we'd answer questions as a big group.
Okay, good.
So we'll offer a one-on-one to every teacher, a new teacher, along with 3 of these follow-up lunches with anyone in your school who's interested. We may be able to offer more one-on-ones later, but we can't promise that right now due to just the number of schools that are adopting Skies now.
Okay. And the other question I had is, I see that the cards are written up and that the kids respond to the cards. This is for any of the presenters. How long do you give them to respond or to give some kind of feedback on the cards, before you share them, or just in order to say attendance or whatever you're doing with the cards?
I personally, for me, it's daily. They have their daily assignments. That's why I work by day. So they know the cards. I don't overload them. I give them, I see what I don't give them too much or too little. I try to kind of like monitor, but they have to do it daily, and I check it every single day. And I grade them every day, so that if I see that they didn't do it, I will call them up on the next day and say, and I will put it on the card. These are the people missing the work. Okay. And that keeps them on their toes. They tend to respond to that immediate.
Do you share the card? Yeah. Do you share the card like the next day, or how do you go about sharing like the responses with the other students, or how long a period of time do you give them?
Like I said, I work daily. So the next day I review what they have already done the previous day. And I don't share all their lessons. It depends, I share the ones, and I ask them also if I can share what they created so that other kids can learn from it. But it depends. Some of them I make them collaborate so everybody could already see it and they could work from each other. But it's daily that I make them do the work. And daily, we look at what we've done the previous day.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So Derek is next.
Mr. Russell?
There, on mute now. Yes, I just 2 quick ones. One for Julius. I didn't see, did you post the code for our lesson in in the chat, or where was it? I missed it.
Yeah, we posted a so-called master code, which is just the course code for Miss Piedrahita's entire course with all the different folders in it.
I just reposted. Oops! I just reposted it.
Where would I find it though? Exactly. So.
Once you if you just click enter code and then you type in that code VK8 EUK, then you'll be able to see all of her stuff.
VK8
VK8 EUK. Yes, correct.
Okay. Now I had one quick question. Yes. I really like the way your lesson was organized, and I'll go to YouTube to learn about Loon and Screencast because I'm not familiar with that programs. But the question was, if you're going to post, let's say over 1,000 screenshots of all the benchmark advanced, all the advanced impact pages, what is the fastest way? And again, I don't know if Google Slides, I'm sorry. What is the fastest way you would do that? Because I did see a couple of screenshots. How would you, let's say, do 20 pages for each lesson, the fastest way you would do it?
Okay, well, I usually don't do 20 pages because that's a little way too much. So I usually do like 3, I break up the benchmark story into 2 parts. So I make them read 2 pages a day. And what I do is I go to benchmark through Schoology, right, and I screenshot them. I'm going to share again.
Because I'm doing a 1-by-1 for this guys, importing 1-by-1, and it's taking a long time for week after week. That's the thing. So.
Yeah, it is. What I do is
it's event, huh? You don't have anybody to talk to?
Right here, I have what I was planning to already start doing. I have all my screenshots of what I'm going to be adding. My math lessons. Do you see my back? Do you see it or not?
I see it, yes.
So I have all this is my math lessons. This is the numbers, the stars that I put on them, place value, because that's what I'm going to start with. So I screenshot it, and then after I screenshot it, it's very easy for me to just go to my lesson.
Right.
Let me go to my lesson right here. I go to my lesson, and all I have to do and it's very quick. I do have to screenshot them, and I have to find it. But if I put it all on my desktop, I just go to here and I go to paste image search. I go to image search. No, cancel. I go to, I haven't done this since.
Enter text maybe? Or
enter text.
Import file?
Yes, you're right. You're right, Julius. It's import file. I go to picture.
Right.
Okay, I go to my desktop and it's right there. All the things that I've screenshotted are right there. So it's really quick. And then so if I take my math lesson right there, I add it, I open it, I save card, I title it. This is the teacher lesson, whatever I do. And this is the math. And then I could annotate this afterward. I could do, so for me, I screenshot first, put everything on my desktop, and then I add it to my lesson for the week. Then I go back to my desktop and erase all that, because if not, it's going to be, too much stuff there and I get confused. So every week I screenshot everything that I'm going to use and I have it ready, and then I come to my template and I add it in there. That's how I do it. It is 1-by-1. You can't do multiple.
Because your benchmark, there's a different story every week. So we're going to split the work between myself and my other grade level partner. And, each week there's like 8 pages, for each story, along with the inquiry journal and everything else. That's why, so it is 1-by-1. That's what I want to find out then.
Yes, I do 1-by-1. Yes.
Okay, thanks. I'll start today then.
Okay.
Also, if you have if all your uploads that you want to upload is in one folder, or if you have like multiple pages all in one thing, like maybe you have 10 pages that are addition. If they're all already ready on your thing, you can click that and put them in one folder, and then it will upload all 10 pages.
Oh, in a folder. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
If it's okay, Ms. Piedrahita, I can show them how to do the multiple file thing.
Oh yes, please, because I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and share this. So if you guys ever have on your desktop like a whole bunch of images, Like, let me, mine's not as organized as yours, but let's say we have like these here. You can just go ahead and drag them into the page, and it will do them like in sequence.
Wow.
Wow, pretty good. Yeah.
And then you can,
That is awesome. You said you just saved me a lot of time.
yeah, no, we're happy to do that. Another thing that can be helpful.
Can you
guys,
show that again?
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, sure. Let me. Yeah, we're always building in features, but we don't always publicize them. So
Yeah.
this is why these conferences are useful. Let's say you have a whole bunch of pictures on your desktop,
Right.
and you just want to import them in the skies. You just select it and you just drag it into the window. Once you do that, I'm gonna do it slowly. Okay. Here's some pictures. Drag it into the window, and then it will go ahead and it'll just stick them in like one at a time. Videos too. You can do it with videos and sounds and things like that.
Julius, but that's a new feature, right? Because I know I tried this before and it did not work before. So
I think it's as of like maybe we introduced it in spring or something like that. Another fun thing to do if you want to just take screenshots on the fly, you can press Command-Shift-4 on the Macintosh. Like take a screenshot of something, and then if you press Enter Text, and then you just press Command-V. Whoops. Let's try that again. Let's say I just want a screenshot of something. I can do Command-V, and it will just post directly, and you don't even need to save it to a file. You can just copy and paste. So this can save time if you're just going around the web and you're screenshotting things, and then you're opening a card and you're just pasting it in with Command-V. So that's another way to speed things up as well. Okay, I'll return the floor to you.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
yes, thank you.
I think the next person will be Yang, then Shannon.
Yeah, hi. Hi, I really like your presentation. I have a question about your attendance. So I remember you showed there was a spreadsheet, how many cards the students get and who attend the class or not. I wanted to do that with my class, but my teaching partners, they all saying don't shame the kids in public also. So I'm just wondering what's your parents' feedback about this? If they're okay with, maybe when the new school year started, I would do that too.
Okay. Well, I didn't do it based on grades. I did it based on participation. Okay. So it wasn't to embarrass them. It was to tell the parents, why aren't you children in class? This is class. We are in school. So it was more saying they've been in school and doing this work for the amount of time. I wasn't grading them. I was just giving them a participation number so that the parents were aware that their children were not. And I also, on the video, on my video that I posted to the parents, I said, if this bothers you, please let me know, and I will. But no one was offended, or actually they wanted to know, and this was the only way for them to be aware of what their children were doing.
Okay, so where did you post it? Is that posting on Skies? Do you post on the other platform?
I did it also on Dojo and Google Classroom because I do all those different.
Okay, yeah.
So
okay.
I would directly take a picture of that and send it to Dojo to the parents.
Okay.
Also.
Okay. Good. Thank you. I want to do something like that. Thank you for the ideas.
You're welcome.
Another way to do it is I would post the names of kids who had done whatever platform, whether it was ST Math, whether it was the writing in Skies Learn, whether it was Amplify. And I'm thinking what I would do with your list is instead of highlighting the kids who didn't do it, is highlight maybe green the kids who did do it, and the parents would still see, well, why isn't my kid green? Just so no parent could say, oh, this teacher's calling. Well, I guess they could still say I'm calling them out, but green would mean you did it, or blue or something.
Yeah, the positive reinforcement is there. You are right. I will change that. Thank you.
So formally, we're